The book I Am Number 4 begins with a scene of tension and danger. Number 3, one of the Loriens is found and killed by the Mogadorians in a forest. This death activates a scar on the ankle of John Smith, a young Lorien who, along with his guardian Henry, lives on Earth, hiding and constantly on the run from the Mogadorians. John understands what this means. He is next on the list. The Mogadorians, relentless enemies who destroyed the planet Lorien, are hunting the 9 young survivors who escaped to Earth. Each of them has a number, and they can only be killed in the correct order. With number 3 dead, John number 4 is in imminent danger. Henry and John, already accustomed to life on the run, leave their home in Florida and move to a new town, Paradise, Ohio. There, they try to settle in under new identities, with John adopting the name John Smith. On his first day at the new school, he tries to keep a low profile but inevitably gets noticed. He meets Sarah, a kind and creative girl with a passion for photography, who quickly catches his interest. Sarah happens to be the ex-girlfriend of Mark James, one of the most popular guys at school and also its resident bully, who starts picking on John from the very beginning. At the same time, John befriends Sam Good, a reserved and introspective boy with a passion for conspiracy theories, especially those involving aliens. Curiously, Sam soon starts to suspect that John might be hiding a secret, as he notices John displaying extraordinary strength and agility. Despite the constant danger surrounding him, John begins to feel that Paradise is more than just another temporary refuge. He feels a special connection with Sarah and Sam, and gradually, the desire to stay and lead a normal life starts to grow. But the tranquility doesn't last long. Soon John's legacies, his special powers inherited from his Lorien lineage, begin to emerge. The first of these is the Lumen, the ability to make his hands glow brightly and become resistant to fire. Frightened and unable to control them, he tries to hide these powers from others. However, Henry explains that it's time to start training, as these gifts will be crucial for his survival against the Mogadorians. As John tries to balance the emergence of his powers with his school life, he grows closer to Sarah, and they quickly develop a romance. However, this sparks Mark's jealousy, leading him to escalate his provocations. At one point, Mark sets up an ambush for John at a school party. Struggling to keep his powers hidden, John defends himself, inadvertently drawing more suspicion from his classmates. From that moment on, it becomes clear that Henry is right. John cannot afford to let his guard down. Things take a turn for the worse when Henry discovers that the Mogadorians are monitoring strange news and investigations that might reveal the presence of the Loriens. One such lead brings him to an abandoned warehouse, where he finds evidence that the Mogadorians are closing in. This heightens the conflict between Henry, who insists on fleeing immediately, and John, who wants to stay in Paradise for Sarah and his newfound friends. During a Halloween school event, John takes a risk and goes to the school park with Sarah. They end up separating from the group, and John is forced to use his powers to save her from an accident. In the process, he accidentally reveals his lumen, and Sarah finally realizes that John is someone extraordinary. Instead of rejecting him, she shows understanding and promises to keep his secret. However, this incident does not go unnoticed by the Mogadorians, who sense that something unusual is happening in Paradise and begin to make their move. At a critical moment, John's training is interrupted when Henry is captured. He is taken to a Mogadorian hideout, where they plan to extract information about the other Loriens from him. Desperate, John teams up with Sam to rescue Henry. Their friendship deepens, and Sam, who has always believed in aliens, now sees the truth with his own eyes and is willing to risk everything to help John. From that point on, a series of confrontations unfolds. John, Henry, and Sam face off against the Mogadorians, and while they manage to rescue Henry, the battle is intense and puts the group in grave danger. It is during this time that number 6, one of the surviving Loriens, arrives in Paradise to assist John. She is brave, powerful, and possesses exceptional combat skills. Having been on her own since the death of her guardian, she has learned to defend herself and is determined to gather the other Loriens to fight against the Mogadorians. The climax occurs in an intense battle at the Paradise School, where John, 6, and Henry face off against the Mogadorians. The fight is action-packed, with the Loriens using their newly developed abilities, and 6 demonstrating the result of years of survival. During the battle, John realizes that he still has much to learn about his legacies, but he also understands the importance of fighting alongside people he trusts. The battle ends with the destruction of the school, and John, 6, and Sam must leave Paradise, as their identities and location have been exposed. In a painful farewell, John promises Sarah that he will return someday. He leaves with Sam and 6, now determined to find the other Loriens, strengthen his powers, and prepare for the greater battle ahead against the Mogadorians. Thus, I Am Number 4 ends with a mix of loss, growth, and hope, as John embarks on a new phase of his journey, more aware of his role and determined to fight for the survival of his species.